Hello and welcome back to Gaming News. I'm your host Hillman, and today we're going to be looking at the categories and the nominees for the Game Awards of 2020. Now without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Now, kicking things off, we're going with the Esports Team of the Year, and personally, I think it should go to the San Francisco Shock just because they won back-to-back titles in the Overwatch League, while Damwon and Dallas Empire did fantastic in their respective tournaments. Winning back-to-back titles kind of carries a bit of weight to it, don't you think? Up next is Host of the Year, and no hesitation, I'm going for Golden Boy. The man is energetic, entertaining, and he's a boomer in the scene, man. Like, he's been through COD, Overwatch, even Fortnite. Guy hosted Fortnite, he deserves an award already. He's just too good. Too good. Moving on. Alright, now hopping into the best esports game of the year. This is going to be a controversial topic, but I think it's between Call of Duty or League of Legends. While League of Legends is the more consistent option, Call of Duty has seen a revival in their franchise this year, and as an old COD boy, I kind of want to see them win, but personally, this is a toss-up. Now, from the game to the athletes themselves, I think Athlete of the Year belongs to Canyon. His performance on the jungle role for Damwon throughout their run in Worlds was terrifyingly consistent. He got Finals MVP in Worlds, and I think he deserves another award just for his performance alone. But yeah, before we continue on with the video, I would like to remind everyone to like our Facebook page at Build Digital Enterprise. We have weekly deals there at very cost-effective prices, and in this week we are doing a promotion with the Razer Blade. So if you want to get started on having a decent gaming laptop, I recommend hopping over there and getting it from us. Now, back to the video. Next on the list is Best Debut Game, and personally I think it goes to Phasmophobia. The game is fun, engaging, and relatively spooky. Although still new, devs already mentioned that they want to release more maps and ghosts for this game, and hopefully they get the award for this. Overall, bright future for this game. We hope it does well. So we talked about the athletes, now we're going to talk about the content creators, and I think Tim the Tat Man deserves it this year. The guy is energetic, funny, and has a great personality. He's very engaging with his community, to the point where he became a Twitter meme for a little bit for not winning a game in Fall Guys. Now then, let's talk multiplayer, specifically best multiplayer of the year, and I gotta give it to Among Us. Like, we thought Fall Guys was gonna be the next big thing this year. Among Us blew it out of the water. With simple and engaging gameplay, I believe Among Us could be the next Fortnite if they do things properly. And now on to Sports Game of the Year, and no, I am not going to give it to FIFA, I am going to give it to Tony Hawk Pro Skater, because it is my choice, and my opinion, plus it's nostalgia points. The game was really fun, and it's still fun now. And when was the last time you played an actual good skateboarding game? Some of you may say never. Now on to the strategy games, and as much as I want to give this to Gears Tactics, I think XCOM Chimera Squad takes the cake. XCOM is just way too good. They really have it down with these strategy games. Especially in Chimera Squad, where it's more unique in comparison to the other series in the franchise. So I really hope they win this. Now the next two categories, family games and fighting games. I think for family, I'm going to give it to Animal Crossing, just because it's really easy and most people I know play it with their families anyway. Me, myself, I play it with my cousin, and I have a friend who plays it with their parents. And for fighting games, I'd say it's a toss-up between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat Ultimate. It's usually one of those two in the franchise, that or Tekken. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide which one you think deserves the win. But personally, I would go for Mortal Kombat just because I'm more familiar with the franchise and I'm more attached to the characters there than I am to Street Fighter. Moving swiftly along, we got the best role-playing game of the year, and personally I want to give it to Persona. I know it's up against very high contenders like Final Fantasy and Genshin. But yeah, I think they have a good chance at actually taking the prize. That or I want Yakuza to win just because of the Dame Dame memes. Best action adventure game of the year. I think Jedi Fallen Order deserves it. I know it's up against big names like Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, and also Assassin's Creed, but I also want to add, when was the last time you played a good Star Wars game? Last time for me was The Force Unleashed, and that was around 2010. Now on to best action game of the year. Now I'm going to be very quick with this. I want Hades to win this. I know Doom and Half-Life have a very good chance of winning this, but I really want Hades to win this. And I'll explain a little bit more later on in the video, but yeah, that's Hades is my pick. But most likely Doom Eternal is going to get it. Now let's move on. Moving on to the best innovative slash VR slash AR game. Yes, I'm combining two. My choice for best innovative game, I think I'll give it to Grounded, just because it's a very simple concept that's executed really well. Like, you get this Minecraft-esque feeling, but you actually have like objectives to go through. While best VR and AR game, it's a toss up again. So I'm probably gonna give it between Iron Man or Half-Life, but most likely Half-Life. Just because, you know, people have been starving for a new Half-Life game, and this is really recent, so yeah. Now on to best community support, and hands down I'm giving it to Destiny, no contest. Because without community support, this game would be dead 3 years ago. It's still going strong on its 4th expansion, on its 4th year. So well done, Destiny community, for keeping this game alive and relevant, like with competition from other games. Alright, now for best mobile and indie game. And we mentioned these names before. Among Us and Genshin are probably the likely winners for the mobile category. However, Call of Duty Mobile is a dark horse and is also very popular in certain countries, so they could potentially win as well. As for best indie game, I think it's going to be Fall Guys. It's the most popular game in that category. Hades comes close, and I really want Hades to win, but I think Fall Guys can take the gold here because it's the most popular game in that category, even though Hades comes really close. Or Splunking 2, who knows? Moving swiftly along, we're talking about games for impact for 2020. Now these games, any of them can win. I don't really have a personal opinion on them because I don't really play these games. But if you guys have played these games before and have a very strong opinion about them, please let us know in the comments down below. We'll be reading through all of them. And moving on, we also are doing best performance for 2020. I personally think it goes to Ashley Johnson for Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. I always loved her scenes, especially her interactions with Joel. She really captured that character very well and portrayed her as such. So yeah, my vote's on her. Now on the topic of Last of Us 2, I'm also giving them the best audio design of 2020. And because the amount of thought and detail they put into most of the sound cues and sound in general in this game is actually quite insane. From making the player feel tense to making the player feel sad, I give them huge props for the sound in the game. So now in the video, on your screen you're going to see a multitude of categories. I'm not going to talk about all of them, namely because the picks for all of them, for me, are going to be the same. As well as the game of the year, which my choice is going to be Hades. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Hades, to me, is the game of the year because of multiple things. The lore is very good. The narrative is very good. The concept is very nice. The gameplay loop is really good. In fact, the only issue I have with the game is that it feels like you will complete the story eventually instead of getting the roguelike experience of you need to complete the story using your own skill. But the game will, eventually help you progress better. But the key thing of what makes Hades my game of the year and what it has over the other games in this category, like Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy, or Doom Eternal, it's namely because of the replay value. And the replay value is in Hades is very good, namely because of its gameplay loop. Now, a lot of people overlook this and they just like, oh, Game of the Year is based on story and gameplay. It's, to me, any game can make a good story, any game can make good gameplay mechanics, but if you don't have a core gameplay loop and a reason for your player to come back and continuously play the game, I don't think it deserves Game of the Year just because it has a nice story. At that point, it's just a movie. So, with Hades having all these aspects and more, Hades is my Game of the Year for 2020. Let me know what your Game of the Year is down below, and make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya!